At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Stanley Parable. I am picking up right where we left off, after, skipping ahead in time so much that I kind of ended up in a desert where everything was dead and nothing else was alive, but, yeah, hi, welcome back. Today we're gonna look for some new endings, or ones that we haven't experienced before. Oh, narrator, you're back, I missed you.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I was going to do this last time, but I decided not to, but to the void.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Oh my god.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So,
sure.
Now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Ah, yes. Drinking the void.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yeah, let's just say yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now.
No.
You could have done it just then.
No.
Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Oh, I'm an annoying person. Just try me, boy.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
I don't even know what that means.
What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
I mean, according to my sisters, I am unbearable at times. I don't know if this is gonna go on or anything, so... yeah, let's just restart.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today.
Like what?
We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
Thanks, love. I should just remind when they mentioned sugar and spaghetti noodles. If you ever have like spaghetti, try it with like add some sugar into the sauce. It actually is really good. Secret I learned from my partner. It's amazing. It tastes great. It's a good twist on the regularly citrusy taste of tomato sauce. That's the word. Ooh, I remember this one. I gotta do that, and then I gotta reset. Then this one. Then this one. Oh, there's that. There it was. And then the last one should be right here. And if I remember correctly, I go to heaven. If there is a heaven. I got an achievement for getting this ending. Ah, the buttons. Okay, button pushing aside, let's just go back now. I did all I needed to do there. you know, last time I went through this, I ended up, you know, going into the future by way too far ahead, but there's a neon sign now. Like,
Oh, good. You notice my sign.
oh, it's your
Yes,
sign.
I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. We already went on this ride before. Okay, so you bring me back here. We already played this game, remember, narrator? Like, I don't know what you're expecting, because you want me to jump again? I would love to jump again.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
Not according to the last
Stanley
episode.
Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is
Okay.
why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh? Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Taste
This
the
is
sequel.
what fans have truly
Yes.
been asking for.
I mean, I would love a sequel to this game if they end up doing that one, but I don't know where they would
Calling it
bring
the
the
Stanley
story.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Maybe.
Ultra Deluxe.
I mean,
What does
Ultra
it
Deluxe is a
even
pretty cool
mean?
name.
But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Why do you sound like that? New content is out, new content part 2 is in. Wait, what? New hotness, new old equals, or old plus plus, blah 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 blah. What's on this? Number 2, win-win. Yeah, it is more Stanley Parable. I would, again, if you do number 2, I would love that. That sounds like I'm talking about poop, but no, I'm not. It's a YouTube video. Oh no, it's a Google Slides. Oh, interesting. Where do I sign up to be a beta tester? Oh, that was that door.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for
Monkey.
it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I was going to be for college, but then I dropped out of that major as soon as I had a panic attack my first class. I see that number 2 right there. New features. New content. I am loving the new stuff in this so far. It's all new. It's all innovative. Ooh. Seat. How riveting. Well.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. No screenshots. I actually don't know how to take a screenshot. What is it like? Oh yeah, I can do a screenshot with F12. Okay, well let me just. Is that Boss Baby? Hold on, I'm just gonna. There we go. Is that merch I see? Merch. Give me it all. Where is the physical copy of the game? Yes, I am still on about that.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I say get well someday.
You know,
That's kind of more funny.
sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
But are you sure about that? Free, new, and easy achievement? Oh, you're speaking my language. Achievement? Yes, please. What is it? Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. It just works. Oh, yes.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well,
Yes.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Okay.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I want it. I want it. Okay, then. I'll get that achievement someday. Some way. One way. Or another. I'm gonna stop saying
What else?
what I'm saying,
What
otherwise
other
I'm gonna
exhibits
get
haven't we seen
sued.
yet?
Infinite jump circle?
You
Oh,
know
wait.
what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
Yes.
Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump
What if I
circle.
didn't do that?
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
No, you can just increase that number a little bit. Collectibles. Some more of my language is being spoken. Collect them all. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Where? The hell? Okay, I'm gonna come back here because I feel like that's like leaving the area stuff. Okay, enough with the choir. First off.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want?
Door.
And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
I want to see. Can you get my name?
Jim.
No.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and
I
as
am
Jim watching your
Jim.
dreams crumble into dust.
Jim.
Whoa,
Wow.
hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you
Oh.
don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name. Okay, we're doing it again.
Okay,
and
but
this
just-
time, let me finish first.
Okay,
Now,
get it over with.
allow
I'm just gonna be
yourself
here.
to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim, playing frisbee on the weekends as Jim, staying up all night for a popcorn and horror movie sleepover as Jim, developing a crippling substance addiction as Jim,
Hold on, what?
rediscovering yourself through fringe religious groups as Jim, and finally dying a slow death at an old age, surrounded by members of your cult as Jim. Do you feel it in your soul? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I'm sorry, but why does Jim have a cult?
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Well, to all my gyms watching out there, congrats, you got your moment of shine. Does this door do anything? No. Oh yeah, there's an infinite hole. It's called your mother. Sorry to everybody's mother out there. Sorry to my own mother. I feel like I should be insulting her by saying that. Okay, let's see what this is all about.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
There's 6 of these? Okay, now I'm actually curious if there are
God, it
ones
really is the worst
more than
when you
one.
collect everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
But are there more? Well, anyways, yeah, let's go fall down the hole now that I've seen that. Imagine if there's like more of the collectibles in the other endings, that'd be impressive. I wonder. Oops, looking trips. Wow.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Let's just fall for a minute.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
Okay,
Do it
okay.
on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Great.
There.
Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I don't know what else I haven't seen yet. Don't get me wrong, this is all very impressive, but what else am I supposed to see? What haven't I seen yet? I feel like I've gone to nearly everything. I haven't been over here to the reassurance bucket. Yeah, I just completely forgot about this.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold
there
on
it
to
is.
the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket.
I'm not a game
solution.
designer.
Come on, give it a try.
Give me the bucket. Bucket.
Can you feel it?
Yes.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
I gotta hold this in
All
front of my
this
partner.
and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Bucket. I'm just gonna take the bucket with me. I like the bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game?
Well, now they
That
will.
really should be an award if it isn't already.
Got my bucket and I'm good. Unless there's more up here which I don't know about.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
I
to
think
move
so.
on now?
Briefcase. There a bomb in this or something? Oh, orange room.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here
Bring
it
it on.
is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on.
Sure.
Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect.
I believe that's called the
with
Ultra
care
Deluxe.
for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up.
Whip
All right,
something up.
perfect.
Got him,
Go
Fringe.
ahead. Take a look.
Oh my god, you actually put me up over here. I'm tempted to press the credits and see what that says. Crows, blah, 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 blah. Okay. What's in the settings? Field of view. Okay. Did it just reset?
This is the story of a man named
I
Stanley.
think it may have reset.
Stanley
Oh,
worked
nope,
for a
nope,
company
never
in
mind.
a big building
We
where
got the
he
balloons
was
here.
employee number 427. Very peculiar happened.
Oh my god, so you just
Something
call
that would
myself the Stanley
forever
Parable
change
2.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single...
Okay, we've seen this before. I already did your input. Oh my god, there's already the balloons.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
okay.
meeting room. Perhaps
One-
he had simply missed a memo. Stanley picked up the bucket.
I can actually pick up the bucket. Holy shit. Okay. Oh god. What, no new content area this time? Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No, we're not.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But
And this is
Stanley
not a
had
bucket I
felt
need to
the
have.
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place
Oh?
to be.
Why does that look interesting? Ah,
And
yes,
here
the
it
best
was.
to remember.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. The bucket tells me the way.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Shouldn't there be, a railing here? Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But look at this. I can just go, okay.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Well then. That happened. I think I got enough content for that video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Tune in next time for some more Stanley Parable, where we will be questioning our sanity even more, or at least I am. And hopefully with a bucket.